Hey, I'm Alex.
And I'm Harley.
This is Should You Need Us, your cosmic invitation to the absurd, the obscure, and the astonishingly weird.
Let the oddities begin.
Happy Halloween!
Ooh, it's spooky
season.
Ooh, and it's when this comes out, it's actually Halloween.
Happy Halloween,
Yes, happy
everyone!
Halloween.
I hope everyone is at home preparing their last-minute costume details, getting ready to be creepy and hot, slutty vampires or...
Yeah, I still gotta get some felt and some glue and put the dog's costumes together.
That's right. That's very important.
Wait,
are they both
courage? Yeah, they're both being courage, the cowardly dog.
Oh, hi, Ziggy.
Hi. Ziggy, what's your costume?
What's your costume?
Oh, that's good. That's
Ziggy
nice.
has a few costumes.
Oh my goodness. I want to see him in a little costume.
He's got a pumpkin, a dinosaur, a skeleton. We've got options for the cats this year, but
so cute.
They will be home, obviously. They won't be out. Are you going to bring the dogs?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Well, yeah, we're not doing anything with them.
You gotta get a family photo, though.
Yeah, that's the main purpose, is the photo, and to put them in shirts to make them mad. So, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's going to be, yeah. If Ziggy gets put in a shirt.
But today we're wearing matching jumpsuits. Not intended. Or not
intentionally. But literally matching velour, like tracksuits.
Yeah.
Different colors, but both jewel-toned.
Yeah.
Both fall. Both dark. Wow.
Yeah. I walked in to Alex's apartment and they dropped their pants in front of me.
I was wearing 2 layers. I was wearing 2 pants.
And yeah, I think that this should be maybe our ghost hunting. Like when we go ghost hunting, this is what we should wear.
100%. Like zaddy, like it's giving like Sopranos. Like I feel like Tony Soprano.
God, yeah.
But I also feel like a little grandma at the mall.
Oh my God, with the walking
with the little
sticks.
weights and like just going for my little morning jog.
Oh my God, that's gonna be us one day.
Oh, it's me today. It's me.
It's me
currently. It's me today. Yeah. So that was the energy that I've been channeling today.
I just seen my visor and
Grandma Tony Soprano.
Yep.
You got the gold chain.
I do.
Yeah.
Gold chain, gold hoops.
I'll have my chains on. I'm naked.
Missed opportunity.
I know. Well, we are twins after all.
I can't believe we were wearing the same outfit.
So silly. They're so cute.
They
have the same loop on it, which means, did you get yours from Costco?
Yes, I did.
Mine is also from Costco.
I got it last night. I went to Costco to fill my prescription, went to the pharmacy, and usually when I go, I just head down, don't look at anything. But of course, these were smack dab right in the front.
Yeah.
And it was like, you know that feeling when you're a kid and it's Christmas morning and you like wake up and you find that package that's shaped like my size Barbie and you're like, I know that's for me. That was meant for me.
It's been waiting for you.
And that's the same feeling I got with this velour jumpsuit. As I saw that, and I was like, that is meant for me.
I was gifted this for Christmas last year from my mother.
Well, they're back now.
They're back, baby. I want one in every color.
Right now they have this color and they have black and like an olive green.
Yeah, I want like all 4.
I went for the wine color.
Yeah.
Would you call this wine?
Yeah, wine colored. It's kind of like a maroon.
Yeah.
Purpley. Yeah, I like the dark blue, but I would prefer if it was just black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
and I wish it said like juicy on the butt or cute. Like, what does Bobby Hill's butt say when he's wearing those pink sweatpants?
I don't know.
I want that exact pair. I think it says cute.
Maybe we should get like personalized. We should get like a bedazzler and put "Should You Need Us" on the back, and then on the butt we'll be here.
Okay, so I hope y'all are prepared to see that soon because that's happening. That's happening. I'm going to make that.
Yes, please.
I'm not kidding. If you want to come over early before a podcast one of these days, I have.
You have a bedazzler?
Of sorts. I've got like a way that we could like, I don't know,
Bedazzle.
hot glue them on, like adhesive the rhinestones on. But anyway,
let's do it.
I'd prefer if they were like actually bedazzled and like.
I bet we could find like a bedazzler at Goodwill or something.
Yeah, because speaking of costumes, I have what's on my to-do list. Let's see. I have 2 things left. I'm supposed to get shoes because I don't feel that any of my shoes are giving Gomez. And then I have to buy some cigars.
Oh, yep.
I need some big fat cigars.
Yeah, you do.
I was gonna go with maybe what's it called? Like a fencing sword.
Oh yes.
But I decided I didn't really want to carry that around all night.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna have my hands full with Morticia.
I know. I wanted to bring a rolling pin because
Muriel
from
Muriel
Courage the Cowardly Dog, and I made Victor the Ooga Booga mask. And I keep trying to scare the dogs with it, but my dogs just look at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah,
I'll like pull it out.
That's not scary to them.
No, they're just like, really, Mom?
It's kind of like the art you have on the walls, just in your apartment anyway.
Yeah, they're like, this is just stuff Mom makes all the time.
This kind of resembles your art style.
Oh yeah, it does. It does.
I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. And on that note.
Oh, wait, I have one more spooky thing that's happening right now that I found out. The Conjuring house, like the actual house, is being foreclosed on, and it's going on to up for auction on October 31st, so this Friday. So when this comes out, the house is going up for auction.
Okay, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
They would put it up for auction on Halloween?
Yeah.
Oh, that seems a little risky, but okay. I guess it's on brand.
But the owner who is like losing the house, she was like, I think the kid in the like the movies are based off of and everything. So she's really sad about it. And she's just begging for someone who's like not Zach Baggins to buy it because she knows that like people are just going to use it to like profit from it and misuse the house. And so she's like, please, just someone who has good intentions, like take care of this house.
That makes me really sad.
I know.
Like, if that is a place where spirits live, you want them to be taken care of and not like exploited by Zach Baggins and the ghost hunter crew.
Yeah.
Even though we're amateur ghost hunters now.
Yes, but we wouldn't exploit.
No. I feel as if we're doing this in the least exploited.
Yeah, we gotta go back to Comet Lodge and bring flowers to Lillian's grave.
That's right. Yeah, that was a fun experience. I definitely feel like our equipment was not as maybe accurate or advanced as some of the ghost hunters out there, but I don't know. We were able to confirm 2 of the 3 names that we were given.
All 3.
All 3? Lillian too?
Well, there was a Lily.
Oh, a Lily. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so we got confirmation for all 3 names.
I gotta fact check that. I gotta fix that on Instagram. But yeah, that, I don't know. The energy in the place is undeniable.
Oh yeah,
it's spooky there. There was other people
doing a Ouija board seance something.
Yeah, some candles. Looked like a Ouija board. The dogs were alert the whole time.
Yeah,
they were sensing something.
Yeah. They had their Ghostbusters bandanas on.
Yeah, I'm excited for another field trip. I think my story could involve a field trip in a way, but it would be like a field trip. Like we'd have to drive of around. There's a couple of these.
I'm excited.
So basically, my story today, I'm just going to jump on in.
Yes, please do.
Because there's quite a few cryptids to cover that live or pass through Washington State. I thought of this the other day on our lizard man, and that was the Sasquatch Batsquatch thing. Have you ever heard of Batsquatch?
No, what's Batsquatch?
Okay, Washington State has its own cryptid. I mean, Sasquatch is number 1. The whole PNW, California, Oregon, we all share the commonality of having a Sasquatch. But Batsquatch, I'm pretty sure, is only in Washington.
Ooh.
And he was first spotted around the 80s after Mount St. Helens erupted.
Was he living in the volcano?
People have theories, let's just say this. So, when you were talking about cryptids, my first thought was Batsquatch, but I just wanted to keep calling him Sasquatch.
Mm-hmm.
But he's actually his own cryptid. He has many a cryptid category online. I think it was, I want to say Elysian Brewery, but they have a beer named after Batsquatch.
Oh my God, we got to go drink it.
Yeah, it's a hazy IPA because the stories around Batsquatch are a little hazy.
Ooh, ba-dum-ba.
So obviously our state is often the setting for ghost stories, vampires, werewolves, and a whole other slew of creatures that I didn't even know about. We clearly went over our guy, Jake, the alligator man.
Yep.
He's not really a cryptid because he actually exists. He's more of a gaff. He's like a piece of taxidermy.
Mm-hmm.
But a cryptid is an animal or a creature that has proof but not been proven, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So cryptids are seen by lots of people. They're mysterious and they're like documented but never actually caught or photographed. So it's similar with the Batsquatch. There obviously have been cameras since the 80s. So people claim to have gotten photographs of him, but Batsquatch has never officially been photographed. So I don't have a piece of imagery that I want to show that feels like it's a proven photograph. Like there's that video of Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm. And like the picture of Lizard Man.
The picture of Lizard Man. There's
a
lot
caught
of
on her iPhone.
Mm-hmm. Which, yeah. Stunning proof. So I have a few different drawings of Batsquatch that I will show you.
Please.
And I'll show you my favorite artist rendering. This one.
Oh, he does. It's Sasquatch with wings.
Yeah, it's Sasquatch with wings.
Oh, you
so
buff.
Essentially, the difference between him and Sasquatch is height. I think he's a bit taller than Sasquatch.
Mm-hmm.
The Batsquatch has been reported to be at least 8 feet tall. Most are assuming 9 to 10 feet.
Oh.
He's a pretty big guy.
Mm-hmm.
He is said to have yellow eyes, a dog-like muzzle, blue fur, sharp teeth, bird-like feet, and leathery bat wings that span up to 50 feet, some records have stated.
Wow.
Yeah, so Batsquatch is big. Big guy.
Compared to his wings, though, he's a little guy.
Yeah, compared to his wings, he's a bat, you know? Bats have little tiny bodies and giant wings.
That's true.
Wow. There are some Japanese books and websites that describe Batsquatch being as tall as 22 feet. But there also could be some mistranslations going on there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no Batsquatch of like taller than like probably 7 to 10 feet has ever been like recorded.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably mistranslations. But the first recorded sighting that we have of Batsquatch was in 1980 after the eruption of Mount St. Helens. People were describing it as a monkey-like figure with red eyes. And it apparently somebody saw Batsquatch fly through the plume of Mount St. Helens.
Oh.
But this is kind of like a word of mouth tale. There's not necessarily like a name or a date attached to this one. There is apparently a man named Brian Canfield in 1994 was driving in Washington's Pierce County when his truck suddenly died. He said a large creature landed in front of him on the road. He said it was human-like in appearance, 9 feet tall, bat-like wings, also sported a coat of blue fur with bird-like feet.
Mm-hmm.
As Canfield reports, as his reports became well known, there was a series of news reports that followed, and a person named Butch Whitaker came forward reporting that they also saw the encounter.
Oh, so we have 2 people?
In a private plane.
Oh.
So they were flying and like encountered Batsquatch on like the same night as Brian Canfield. So these 2 stories kind of happened around the same exact time.
Butch Whitaker. What a name.
Butch Whitaker, 1994. And then in 1998, a driver of a truck hauling logs in northern Oregon reported a collision with Batsquatch, saying that the creature was described as being like 15 feet tall, purple eyes, and a small nose and small wings. So a little bit of a different description.
That could have been a baby.
Oh, you're right. Could have been a juvenile Batsquatch.
Hadn't developed his wings yet. Hasn't hit bat
puberty. The next sighting, we have a little bit of a jump between 1998 to 2009. Several hikers in Mount Shasta, California, witnessed a huge creature with leathery wings spanning about 50 feet in length, flying out of a crevice in the mountain. First eyewitness described the creature as having a head similar to a pterodactyl. However, upon reconsideration, the witness claimed that it was more akin to a flying fox bat.
Interesting.
So long-nosed. Pterodactyls kind of have like a long beak. And then it looks like in June 2011, a person who goes by a pseudonym of Phoenix was in his yard walking his dog. He went to pick up the dog and he saw something in the sky. He claims that he saw something flying in the sky with bat-like wings, blue fur, a face similar to a bat with glowing red eyes. So every description of this thing differs from Sasquatch pretty distinctly. No one says Sasquatch can fly.
Yeah, no.
Absolutely not.
And they don't say that he's blue.
They don't say he's blue. Everyone's saying that the Batsquatch has blue and purple fur. And that's a lot of the more like modern drawings and like renderings we see of him online. He's very bluey purple.
I love him.
And then, yeah, I'm kind of a fan. He's really cute. He also has been compared to looking like this creature from Japan called a kaiju, which I don't have a lot of information on, but appearance-wise, it sounds like this, it could be this creature is what people are guessing. Because in Washington, we're not too far away that maybe Batsquatch could fly over.
Yeah, maybe.
If he has 50-foot wings, he could fly over the ocean probably pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it looks like the most recent recording of Batsquatch was in 2014 by an archbishop at a high school in Akron, Ohio.
Okay.
It
so
says...
he's getting around.
Yeah, he's getting around. So this is more proof, obviously, that this guy can fly.
Well, also, if you think about it, if he came from a volcano, people are saying he's come from crevices and mountains, he could be traveling underground.
He could. There's a lot of volcanic activity in Japan as well.
Yeah.
I don't know about the volcanic activity in Ohio, but maybe he was just taking a little pit stop on the way over.
Wanted to see the world.
And apparently that day he decided to fly by a second period Spanish class, and all the kids in the class said that they saw a black mass zip by the window at incredible speed. The class all claims that the creature had somewhere around a 20 to 30 foot wingspan and was about 9 feet tall.
Wow.
So Batsquatch is pretty big.
Can't believe I've never heard of him.
Yeah, he is a well-known cryptid, apparently among cryptid hunters, but not the layman folk. Washington State has a list of at least like 12 different cryptids.
Wow.
Bigfoot being, of course, kind of the breadwinner, the big boy.
Yeah, I think
most famous.
Probably he just got famous because maybe like pop culture, you know? Harry and the Hendersons, I feel like that movie came out and Bigfoot just skyrocketed.
You know him. You love him. He's the man on the bottle openers, air fresheners, shot glasses, and keychains. Christmas ornaments. We love Sasquatch. I'm trying to find the name and like date of the video of when they recorded Sasquatch. I think that's why he's also so popular. There is a famous video where Sasquatch was actually seen.
I remember my dad and my uncles,
quote unquote,
they have gone Bigfoot hunting before.
That does not surprise me at all.
Yeah.
And what were their findings?
I was little. I don't remember.
I was little.
But my dad did call me yesterday and he was like, so I saw you on the internet hunting ghosts. But I can't.
Oh
no. And he's like, but I can't find that video again. And I was like, oh, we started a podcast. I'll send you the link.
That's how Instagram works. It's called a reel. You're supposed to watch it for 2 seconds and then it goes away. Weird. Okay. Well, obviously our algorithm is reaching.
Yeah.
Your dad just randomly saw us. That's embarrassing.
He probably saw it because I'm tagged in it.
Oh my god, duh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and probably because I put it on my story too.
Yeah, duh. We both reposted it.
Yeah, and so he probably just was looking through my story. Doesn't know how stories work.
Oh, but he has Instagram.
Yeah, he has.
Okay.
Yeah, he has an Instagram.
I was like, what venue did he
No,
see us on?
Sure, it was on Instagram.
Okay.
He's just old and doesn't know how Instagram internet works. Love you, Dad.
We're here.
Shout out.
Shout out to Craig. We are reaching the masses. I found the name of the Patterson-Gimlin film, and it is from 1967. And it was a short motion picture shot by Roger Patterson and Robert Gimlin, and they captured Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm.
I know the story has been debunked a little bit, but people have also technically not been able to 100% debunk the Patterson-Gimlin film.
That's because it's real.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Most people obviously can see the similar characteristics between Bigfoot and Batsquatch, but Batsquatch is apparently just local to our area, and then Ohio is the only other place that he's been recorded to be seen. So that's interesting. He's just kind of like our little Washington State mascot because we have a few of them. We talked about the Tacoma Narrows Bridge octopus. Mm-hmm. That's actually listed in like the Washington State cryptids.
Yeah, well, because I remember when we were kids, it was told to me that this octopus wasn't just like a normal giant octopus. Like it was huge, like 100 feet long.
Oh yeah, I heard the size of a Volkswagen Bug. Like
yeah, I heard bigger,
smallest.
Maybe I just pictured bigger in my head. Like I thought that thing was like the size of a house.
I think that is the rumor, is that it's supposed to be that big. I think that maybe my size comparison is like close to what the actual one is, because we do have, I think, a giant Pacific Northwest.
But I think octopus. Those ones, the giant Pacific Northwest octopuses, can only get up to like 7 feet, I think.
Oh yeah, so this is just this goes to it says that the Tacoma Narrows octopus lives longer and grows bigger than any other octopus. But this is like a true fact about the giant Pacific octopus.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that one got a little bit blown out of proportion over the years. I think every state has its little tales, like the Loch Ness Monster. We have a Lake Chelan dragon.
We do?
Yes, apparently. Oh. The Lake Chelan dragon is, I think most of the documentation we have goes back to like indigenous storytelling, and there's a lot of legends about there being a dragon in Lake Chelan. So that story is pretty old. And then we also have the Bear Lake Monster.
Where's Bear Lake?
It says that the Bear Lake Monster, it's similar to like a Bigfoot type guy, and he lives at the Consor Lake. Consor?
Yeah, I don't know.
We supposedly have giant crabs, just like giant octopus.
Oh. Crab people?
I don't think they are people, but they're just very large crabs. They're crabs of unusual size. There's also the Cadborosaurus, aka Caddy, which is another serpent-like sea creature said to inhabit the waters off the coast of the Pacific Northwest, near Cadboro Bay.
Okay.
Cadboro Bay in British Columbia. So kind of another catty, Nessie type guy. We have Gumbaroo.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
Which is a terrifying bear-like, half man, half bear creature.
Man, bear, pig.
I'm not kidding. I think man, bear, pig might be.
I told you he was real.
Similar to the Gumbaroo. I think that the writers of South Park heard about the Gumbaroo and were basically like, that's what Al Gore is obsessed with. This creature was first spotted by loggers traveling around the Northwest from the 1800s to the 1900s. Yeah, just like a hairless half man, half bear. I don't really understand. There's not a lot of drawings of what the Gumbaroo looks like, but he's officially listed under Washington State cryptids. And then we have the classic, my favorite, the tree octopus.
What?
So the tree octopus is a very fun made up cryptid. It has its own website.
What? Okay.
Help save the endangered Pacific Northwest tree octopus.
That is ridiculous.
The tree octopus was basically like social experiment or like a little test that teachers designed in the 90s to basically teach kids like internet fact checking decorum or like teaching them how to do it properly. So there's an entire website, a bunch of facts you can find on the internet about how it's a type of octopus that's endangered. It lives in the tops of trees. And then there's some, I think, like Sasquatch is like its main predator. Like the bald eagle and Sasquatch are listed as its main predators. But there are like gift shops. There's like a whole website that looks official.
What?
There are photographs like this. Octopus, devil of the trees.
Oh
like
my
terror
God.
of all loggers and forest rangers. So unless you're really, really looking, this appears to be a real creature with a real documented history.
I love it.
But it's not. And if you look just a little bit further, you'll discover that the tree octopus is basically an internet hoax. It's a joke. Yeah, created in 1998.
Wow. Oh yeah, when internet was first like getting big. We need to bring that back.
Yeah, like test kids a little bit. Everything's gotten too easy with the chat GPT and being able to just Google everything and the immediate search results at the top are AI. I mean, I'll admit, I tried to remove as much of the AI bullshit as I could from my Google searches for this story this week.
Yeah, AI's taken over.
Yeah, a lot of the information we're reading online is repeated, and it's just like the modern day grapevine. It's how these tales become lore and how they get a little bit twisted and
the game of telephone.
It's just a big game of telephone, and now it's on the internet. Descriptions of the Batsquatch and Sasquatch. It's like people hear these things, and then they see something. And then how easy is it to just imagine, oh, I saw, or like put a name to the thing that you saw. Maybe people really have seen a 50-foot wingspan, giant purple flying people eater.
one horn flying purple people eater.
But our state happens to be a hotbed for tricks of the eye and spooky lore and
it's so misty, so
tales
hazy.
Of cryptids. I think that it's because of the haze. I think it is because of our foggy, gray atmosphere. You can't see very far into the woods. You can't see very far just in front of you walking down the street in Capitol Hill some days.
Yeah.
So it's
we're
fun
so
to
hilly.
Make up.
So yeah.
Exactly. Lots of hills. Washington State also has the ocean coast. The ocean's a big, scary place. We have old growth forests and rainforests, a lot more than other states. And we border like some of the more uninhabited areas of Canada. Some like the really big woodsy areas up in Vancouver. And then you have Alaska. So
yeah,
we are in kind of a little bit of like a undocumented area. Like our state does have a lot of little dark corners and crevices that haven't been explored.
Oh, I love it.
So I think that's why people find Washington to be so spooky.
Makes me love Washington even more.
We have a lot of serial killers. We have a lot of seasonal depression. And I think with that comes a lot of ghosts, cryptids, spirit, whatever you want to call it. There's a lot of spooky energy in our state.
Yes, there is.
I love it here. Yeah, so I'm very happy to have taught you about a few of our Pacific Northwest cryptids.
Yeah, I have some new obsessions now.
I also forgot to cite my sources as we're talking about the deep crevice that is the internet. My sources for this article were WashingtonState.com. ExploreWashingtonState.com, CryptidFandom.com, Seattle Times, a couple Wikipedia articles, and cryptids with a z.fandom.com.
Beautiful. Love it.
Love. I wanted to briefly touch on the internet theory, the theory of like the dead internet.
Oh.
Have you heard about this? It's kind of like a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, but I forgot. I know I've heard of it.
Yeah.
But what is it?
It's along the lines of like the government or whoever, like the Illuminati is like just creating all of this internet traffic and like clicks and likes, and it's just bots basically, which we know exist obviously, but it kind of goes deeper than that, where they're apparently using the bots to create what looks like authentic human connection, but it's not, so that we all become further and further away from actual human connection, which, I mean, conspiracy theory or real? I don't know.
Yeah.
But what my point is that today we realize we have listeners who are all over the world.
Yeah.
We have listeners in, I think, it was 17 different states.
Quite a few.
We have a few different listeners. Shout out. If you are really listening and you are really there in the UK and Singapore and Canada, we would love a little Instagram follow. Maybe.
Yeah, reach out. Send us like a message. If you have any like cryptids in your local like states or countries, like we would love to cover them.
If there's anyone in Japan who knows more about the Batsquatch.
Yes.
And maybe his twin, the kaiju. We would love to hear from you because we have so many stories to share with each other all across the world. And I feel like that's how we eliminate the bullshit and get rid of like the telephone game and all the false information. Like, I want to talk to real people and get real sources.
Yeah. So we would love if you guys like reach out to us if you're out there listening.
Batsquatch, if you're listening,
yes,
please follow and write us on Instagram. We'd love to hear from you.
Yes. We could bring you on as a guest.
Okay, but really though, if there's any cryptids listening who would like to be the guest on our next podcast, it's still October. Now is the time.
And we will make a special segment for you anytime.
We promise we won't take your picture though.
Yeah, no, we'll just capture your voice. Not capture, but
no. Harley, strong words to use for a cryptid.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Strong words, my friend. We're safe. We're totally not going to hurt you. We just want to talk.
Yep. That didn't sound suspicious at all. We just want to talk.
We just want to talk.
Okay. So I'm going to talk about just some local Tacoma ghosts.
Well. Matching jumpsuits. Very similar stories.
I know. We are twins. So for my research, I looked at South Sound Talk, Seattle Times, South Sound Magazine, theabandonedworld.com, ghostactivities.com, haunted places in Tacoma.com, and then also The Trail, which is the University of Puget Sound student paper.
Oh, yeah.
Psychology Today, U.S. Ghost Adventures, and the Haunted Thornwood Castle.
Shout out to The Trail and Psychology Today.
Okay. So I got just a couple different ghosts that I didn't know about. But so this one, as you know, but our listeners may not, Tacoma kind of has a messy history of using wild animals as attractions. We had in the local Bob's Java Jive cigar-smoking monkeys that would hang out in that bar.
Yeah, Tacoma just has a shady history in general.
We had at the BNI, Ivan the gorilla was just trapped in a little box. Ivan
was rescued.
Yes, but he lived there for I think like 12 years.
Yeah,
at the BNI.
He was finally liberated. Poor Ivan.
I know. And then I remember a friend of ours in high school lived in like one of the old Victorian houses in like North End Tacoma, and there was like a monkey chamber in her house because the previous owner was like a circus person and like had monkeys, and so literally it was like floors like were cut out, and so everything just went. I'm trying to find like a good way to describe this, but like 3 stories up. But the floorboards were all cut out, so it was like one giant hole because all the monkey shit would then go in there. And there was just like bars that monkeys would like hang on and stuff. And that was like still in the house that she lived in. So yeah, so Tacoma, not the best like animal history. But there is one ghostly animal that still wanders the streets of Tacoma.
Ooh, a ghost animal?
Yes.
Ooh.
So he is Jack the bear. He was a 800-pound brown bear, and he lived at the Tacoma Hotel in the 1880s.
Aww.
Yeah, he lived in the hotel's bear garden that overlooked like Commencement Bay. He enjoyed taking his morning bath with like a nice cocktail every morning.
Jack.
He was a little bit of a lush. His favorite was a Manhattan.
I would be too if I was trapped in a hotel for my entire life.
Yeah. And he would spend his days at the bar enjoying beer with like the hotel residents. He was also known to sometimes escape the hotel and just wander the streets of Tacoma.
Oh my God. Where was this hotel?
It was in downtown Tacoma. I don't know. The hotel eventually like burnt down.
Oh.
And so it's not there anymore. But I think it was kind of by the like where the Pantages Theater is.
Okay.
Yeah. But unfortunately, one night he was out on one of his nightly strolls. He was walking down Pack Ave, and a police officer that was new to the area, did not know about Jack the Bear, shot him.
You're fucking kidding me.
Mm-mm.
A cab.
Yeah, I know. And the hotel staff carried him back to the hotel, but he died. And then they decided to stuff him and place him on the wall of the hotel.
Okay.
But it's safe to say that that police officer, he was shunned by the community afterwards.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
They should all be.
Yeah. But so apparently now people said that they see the ghost of Jack the Bear wandering the streets of downtown Tacoma at night. Which I'm like,
this is wild. I've never heard of a bear sighting.
No. And how often were we at night running around downtown Tacoma when we were in high school? Never saw the bear.
A lot.
Yeah. Maybe we just weren't at the right location. Because I don't know. They didn't have the exact like coordinates of where he was shot. We got to figure that out and go there.
I feel like, yeah, we got to find out where this old hotel actually was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got some bear ghost hunting to do.
Yeah. Bring the ghost hunting app, and if we hear like a roar, then
bring some honey.
Let's bring some honey. Bring a Manhattan.
Oh yeah, he loved Manhattans.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, that's really sweet. I'm surprised I've never heard of Jack the Bear Ghost.
Same.
Wow.
Okay. So next we have the Thornwood Castle, which I hadn't heard of it either. Have you heard of the Thornwood Castle?
No.
So I'll start from the beginning. Chester Thorne, he was the founder of the Port of Tacoma. And it was him and his beloved wife, Anna. And Anna and him were in England, and she fell in love with this 400-year-old, like, manor. And, of course, being the founder of the Port of Tacoma, Chester Thorne was like, don't worry, babe, I got you.
I'm going to bring it in.
Yeah. So
we're going to import this house for you.
Yeah. So they literally, like, in multiple, like, shipping containers, like, brought this house from England to Lakewood.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Just multiple shipping vessels just slowly but surely made its way.
Also thinking about like Lakewood now in like modern day and like just like dragging a castle through Lakewood. Like that's funny.
Yeah. So this castle became the home to the Thorns in 1911. And it's located off of like American Lake.
Okay.
So in like the nice area of Lakewood.
It's still there?
Yes, it's still there.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. So we have Chester and his wife Anna, and then their daughter. So Chester and Anna lived there until their death, and then after her parents died, their daughter Anita sold the castle to some family, which was against Chester's dying wish. He was like, you got to keep this in like our family unit forever. But she was like, no, I don't want this thing anymore. So she sold it.
Isn't she the reason it was brought over?
No, this is the daughter.
Okay, the daughter.
No, the wife, Anna, absolutely loved the castle. Was like, I'm gonna live and die in this motherfucking castle. Like this is it for me.
Wow.
And she
did.
Yeah, she did. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was her like pride and joy.
It's her ungrateful child.
Mm-hmm. Ended up selling it, but she sold it to an aunt.
Okay.
So. And then I guess Aunt had it for a while. And then the 2000s, the Robinsons bought it and turned it to an inn. So you can go and stay there now.
Ooh, I want to go.
Yeah. So this is where we get into the ghostly part. So there are ghosts that are permanent residents of this inn. So the first one is, of course, Chester.
Oh, yes.
He sticks to the second floor of the inn, which is where he died. He just kind of walks around. He does leave the toilet seat up.
God, man.
Yeah, I'm like, rude. Like, If I was a ghost, I would do so much more than leave a toilet seat up. Like, come on.
Maybe he doesn't know he's a ghost.
Maybe. But then that means he was leaving the toilet seat up, but when he wasn't dead and just being an asshole then. I feel like that just kind of is telling me the kind of person you are, Chester.
Oh yeah, his name is Chester.
Yeah.
Like, I've not met a lot of good Chesters. Sorry if you're listening, your name is Chester.
I've only met a dog named Chester. It was a good dog.
You know, now that I think of it, I don't actually know if I know any Chesters. I think I just don't like the name.
Chester the Jester.
How did he die?
Just old age. I think he had cancer.
Okay.
So he like.
But it's like they know that he died in the house.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he died in the house, like on his deathbed, on like life support in his like room, which was on the second floor. So yeah, he basically just like wanders around. People see him in the hallways, and he leaves the toilet seat up. That's all he kind of does. Yeah. So now that's Chester. So now we have Anna, and she haunts her old room, which is now known as the bridal suite. And she'll sit in the window that faces the garden. Like, people will see her ghost just sitting in the window. And there's still like a grand piano in that room, and the piano will just play randomly.
I love that shit.
Yeah. And then she will also, if you're looking in the mirror in her bedroom, she can appear behind you. But not like, people say it's not like spooky or anything. It's more kind of like a curious look. So that's good. She's not there to like be scary haunting, spooky haunting. It's like yet. Don't demolish anything in that house, or don't take down that castle. That is her pride and joy.
They're happy now, but wait until the land that they're buried on becomes desecrated.
Yeah.
Like the comet. Oh. Okay, what are the other ghosts?
So now there's a great hall, because this is a castle. And the great hall, back in the day, the Thorn would throw like lavish parties. And it is still a party hotspot, but not for the living.
Oh,
so apparently people say that like ghosts still party in this great hall. You can hear ghosts like mingling around, like wine glasses clinking. So just make a mental note to self, like, when we die, like, that's the place to go. That's the party place.
Okay. We are headed to the Tacoma Lodge.
No. Tacoma Thornwood Castle.
Thornwood Castle. Yeah. Right.
Lodge was the cemetery. We don't want to go there when we die.
Moving on. Yeah. Not there. That's not the party I want to be at.
No. So there's one last ghost, and this is more of like a somber tale. So Chester's granddaughter tragically drowned in American Lake. Oh. And so guests report seeing like a young girl standing by the edge of the lake, and then when they approach her, she just vanishes.
That's terrifying and really sad.
Yeah. We have a sad ghost, we have partying ghosts, we have curious ghosts, and then we have a passive-aggressive old man ghost.
They really have one of each.
Yeah, they do. So yeah, we got to go there.
Yeah, sign me up, living or dead.
Okay, so the next one is, and I don't know if this is like a real, but so it was an article written in the UPS, the University of Puget Sound's like newspaper. I'm not sure if it was like they were joking or not, or if this is like real accounts of things, but it was like a pretty silly article. But it is about Ted Bundy's ghost.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that could go either way.
Yeah. So this was in 2011. The article was posted. A group of students that were attending the University of Puget Sound claimed to have some run-ins with the ghost of Ted Bundy. So according to the article, which is the newspaper, Ted Bundy's ghost frequents the campus, and students call him Teddy, the friendly ghost, or best dead friend forever, aka BDFF.
Oh my god, this is some white people Pacific Northwest shit. Oh, BFFs, he's my best friend, friendly ghost. No. Do you know why he was there?
Yeah.
Trolling and fucking hanging around the college campus?
Because he wanted
to, my god.
Yeah, kill and murder women. So maybe he's wasn't a friendly guy.
This is some my frontal lobe has not developed.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. So I'm like, is this like real? Are people actually saying like, yeah, Ted Bundy's ghost is here and he's a friendly guy?
I have heard lots of stories revolving around Ted Bundy's ghost in Tacoma.
Really?
And specifically at the campus. You told me a story that he was in your college dorm room, like he stayed there in Evergreen.
Oh, yeah, no, not at my dorm, but at the apartment buildings that were across the street, not the like school's apartment, because the school had like apartments you could stay in too and dorms, but there was an apartment across the street called the Glen that people who didn't want to live on campus but wanted to live close, they would live there. And Ted Bundy used to live in the Glen, like in the 80s.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, he's been around.
Oh, yeah.
So there's lots of spooky stories about him. Mm-hmm. But see, that's the old grapevine, the old telephone game getting messed up.
Yep. But so the article also states that he tries to hug people and give them massages while they're walking home from the bars. And students even claim to communicate with him via a Ouija board. And so this is Ted Bundy's ghost quote. "I cannot touch them, so many to kill, and I cannot touch them. It is my hell."
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that sounds like some shit he would probably say. Who knows? Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Okay, so we have one last ghost.
I'm getting scared.
So everyone who is from Tacoma knows about like that giant White House looking mansion.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. What's it called?
It's called the Rust Mansion.
That's right.
Rust Mansion.
Close to Ruston. Any relation?
Yeah, actually, yes. And I just found out the name of it because I was just like, it's that big white house.
Yeah, the Tacoma's White House.
Yeah. So the original owner was William Ross Rust, which Ruston is named after him.
Okay.
So Rust came to Tacoma in 1898 with his wife and 2 kids, and then he became president of the Tacoma smelter business. And that's a whole nother story for another time.
I was about to say, they fucked up.
Yeah. Long story short, I don't like the guy already.
Yeah. Long story short, he sucks.
Yeah. So because of this, he became an extremely wealthy man. So of course, in 1907, he built an 11,000 square foot house with 4 levels, elevators, and back then an average house cost about $6,000, but he spent $125,000 to build that mansion.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hope he's unresting for the rest of his ghostly days.
Him and his wife and 2 kids lived in the house for 6 years, and then his son suddenly died at the age of 25. And there's a few different accounts on like what happened. Some say his son had a heart attack, some say suicide, some say murder. But like the most peculiar thing that I noticed while looking is that this guy, he was such like a prominent figure in the community, but he never like released a statement or said anything about his son's death. It's just like he disappeared.
Okay, so it's got to be something that would have been like shameful to the family. It probably is suicide or something. Yeah. That's really sad.
Russ and his wife ended up selling their mansion for $50,000.
Damn, they took a cut.
Yeah. After living there for 6 years, spending $125,000 building it.
I didn't know that they left after 6 years of living there.
Mm-hmm, because they left right after their son died.
Okay, y'all, I think we might have an idea of what happened. He killed himself at the house.
Mm-hmm. So the family claimed the house felt too big after their son died.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they moved. But they literally just moved, like they built another smaller mansion like right down the street.
Okay, yeah, so.
But so the family was like, no, it just felt too big. And they also claimed that their son died in Eastern Washington. They had a house in Eastern Washington and that he died there. But people also said they saw him, like, some people were like, oh, we saw him on the front porch of the house and he had a heart attack and died. So there are so many different things and different things people are saying that I don't know what actually happened to this dude.
A lot of local legends. I wonder if we could look into it. Like, that house recently was either purchased by the city or by an individual who has been, I think it's one person. I think someone bought it.
Yeah.
And they're renovating it.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Or did. I'll try to like link the article on Instagram if we find it. But I'm pretty sure it's owned by an interior designer now, and they're like making it cool. Anyway, continue.
Yeah. So their neighbors have a different story. Neighbors stated that the energy around the house changed after their son died. Mm-hmm. They would hear like weird noises coming from the house and see like shadows of people in the windows when there would be no one like there in the home. Mm-hmm. So could it be the son's ghost? Did he die at the house? Did he not? We don't know.
Spooky. Yep. I feel like yeah, the energy around that house has just been weird. You can tell even as a little kid. Mm-hmm.
So, but there's more.
Oh God.
So after they sold the house, the Billings family purchased it. So the Billings lived there, and they lived there with two of their friends, who a 13-year-old foster daughter who was deaf, and apparently they claimed she was going to be like the next Helen Keller.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
No comment.
Yeah. So the Billings always loved to throw like these lavish parties in the home, in like the ballroom area of the home. And it was during one of these parties when Mr. Billings was accused of sexually assaulting their friend's 13-year-old foster daughter.
Oh my God.
And the foster father said that Mr. Billings told him that he did not know why he did it unless a devil was in him.
Okay, well, that's not paranormal. That's just horribly tragic.
Just wait.
Okay.
Yeah. No, yes, that's a horribly tragic, not
he's
paranormal.
He's possessed by the devil now. Okay.
Well, so then Mr. Billings was charged with assault.
Good.
And then before he was arrested and actually stood trial, he was having dinner with his wife and friends in the dining room in the mansion. And Mr. Billings was apparently showing off this new gun that he bought, because there were apparently like a lot of like car thefts that were going on. And so he wanted to have a gun to shoot car thefts, I guess.
So Tacoma has changed a lot, is what you're telling me.
Still the same.
Oh my God. Okay, so
they just weren't driving a Honda Civics back then.
No, yeah, the Nokia boys weren't around, but it's the horse-drawn carriage boys.
Yep, horse-drawn carriage
boys. Oh wait, but it's a car. Never mind.
I don't know. Maybe.
The bourbon is talking now. So what did he do?
And so, yeah, he got it to scare like the thieves, maybe kill him. I don't know. Like Mr. Billings and the guests were all laughing, having fun. And one of the guests claims to have said, "You'll have to put something better in that gun to scare auto thieves," because he was just kind of flailing around and like pointing it carelessly at people. So everyone was like, yeah, he's not stupid enough to flail around a loaded gun.
You would be surprised.
So Mr. Billings, laughing, started to reply, and then he flipped the barrel of the gun up, and then it went off. The bullet entered his mouth, killing him instantly.
God, karma's a bitch. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, so here's the thing. Like, it all sounds a little like this was actually like in a news article reported. Like his friend said they saw this, and they were just like joking around. If you know, like life insurance, you can't claim life insurance on someone if they've committed suicide. Mm-hmm. So if someone commits suicide, then you don't get that life insurance money.
So this was an accident, but was it really an accident? Mm-hmm. He was about to be charged for sexual assault of a minor.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, I don't know, it just seems a little sus. Like,
and what do we know about child predators? They're cowards. So he probably took the easy way out.
Yeah.
And his friends changed the story around for the insurance people.
Yep. So his wife would not go broke.
This house is fucked.
Yeah. So, yeah, people claim that they just feel a dark energy in the dining room now. There's been reports by Mr. Billings' kids, like after he had accidentally died, killed himself, I don't know, in the dining room. They said that all of a sudden they would get a smell of like old man randomly in the room. I don't know what old man smells like. Does it smell like cigars? Does it smell like piss? Maybe both. That's kind of what I'm envisioning when you say old man.
Like musky human.
And it was his daughters that claimed that, so it's probably just like whatever they remember their dad smelling like.
His aftershave or something.
Mm-hmm. Also, people noticed other like odd things happening in the dining room, and there was just like a dark heaviness.
Is like terrifying, but also not surprising because this house has always had a dark, kind of foreboding energy around it.
It's all like every time I've like driven past it, it just has always felt weird.
It's very different looking than the houses right next to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's also been sort of decrepit. Like when we were kids,
mm-hmm.
it was starting to fall into, it was becoming more like rotted looking.
Mm-hmm.
So it was getting really scary.
Yeah.
And no one lived there. And there's always been weird tales of like, yeah, the family there died or whatever. Yeah. Like I always knew there was something spooky
there
about the
had
house.
To be, yeah. Well, yeah, there was.
I mean, there is. Mm-hmm. I wonder if that came with the ground that the house was laid upon. Like I wonder if the land was haunted already, as so much of this area is.
Yeah, I don't know. I think when you get a bunch of, especially like back then, even now, but like a bunch of like rich, privileged people just partying it up, like they think that they're untouchable, you know? And so I feel like a lot more bad things have probably happened in that house just because it's a giant ass house that only like a billionaire could afford, and probably have thrown parties since the two incidents that like, you know, we were looking at, like the people who bought it after. Like I'm sure there's just been a lot of like gross things that have happened in that house, you know? Especially like once you get to like the 60s and 70s and
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, there's proof that there was CSA in that house, so that alone like probably has happened. There's probably so much negative energy just around, yeah, the dudes who owned the houses. I mean, Mr. Man getting a gun to defend himself against the car thieves, like, okay, it just sounds like a lot of like shitty white men have owned this house, and with that comes a lot of shitty negative energy. Yeah, that's a scary one. I really want to look into now who bought the house, and I wonder if they're like into the paranormal of it all.
Well, apparently whoever owns it now won't let people like in or talk to people or anything.
They did allow people in though. At one point there was, I gotta find the article, y'all. There, just like last year, I swear to God, I looked at an article where they took photos inside because the new owner is trying to like restore it to its original design. Let me see. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
It's gonna cost a lot more than $125,000. That's crazy that's how much it costs to make that back then.
In 2022, King 5 posted an article saying Tacoma's Rust Mansion going on the market after $1 million makeover. So, yeah. Okay. Real estate developer Ashley Burks purchased the home in a private sale for $2.5 million in December 2021 and went to work restoring the White House of the West. Good Lord. Initially, when we started the project, there was a concern that I'm this young entrepreneur. What am I going to do with the interior of the home? Am I going to update it or modernize it? Blah, blah, blah. Quotes from Ashley. And they're apparently like renovating it to look like it originally did.
You know, I have honestly no opinion on what she wants to do with it. Like, I don't care if you're restoring it. I don't care if you're gutting it. Like,
yeah, I really don't care. Like, it's just some
house that we will never ever be able to afford in our lifetime.
No.
My spooky ghost
stories. It is terrifying looking. That is a good spooky one, Harley. I've always wondered about the mansion, the Rust Mansion. I would not want to hang out in there.
Yeah, I wouldn't even want to, hang out in there, be in there. Even before I, like, didn't know anything about the history of the building. Like, I didn't want to hang out in there even before that knowledge. Now, I really don't want to.
It's funny because the only times I can really remember getting very close to the Rust Mansion was on Halloween. Because we'd be trick-or-treating in that neighborhood. Because all the rich people in the historic neighborhood have big candy bars.
Yep, I remember doing that with...
Yep. Yeah. So we would go there, and we would walk past it because you couldn't go trick-or-treat at the door.
Instead, we went into some random house with your mom. Do you remember?
Oh my God.
Because your mom was like, I lived here when I was 5.
She did
And she was
make
like,
them let us in.
Yeah, she's like, can we come see your house?
She did do that. My mom fully did that. Was
I
that
was
the
like-
year that we were with Harrison? Was he out there that year?
I don't know.
Maybe not.
I think so, actually, yeah.
Oh my God.
And we were just like, okay, we're missing valuable candy grabbing time, but yeah, sure, we'll take a look at inside of a house.
A random tour of my mom's childhood home that some strangers live in now. But, you know, if some lady came to my door and was like, hey, it's Halloween, can I come inside and look at where I used to live? I'd be like, get your cursed ass away from my home. I rebuke this energy.
Yeah.
My mom is so funny.
Yeah, she is. Well, happy Halloween, y'all.
Happy Halloween. I hope you're all enjoying your haunted houses, spooky beverages, creepy costumes.
Stay spooky.
Stay spooky.
Well, that's our show. I'm Harley.
And I'm Alex.
And don't forget to read the signs, dodge the curses, question everything, and laugh loud.
And remember, should you need us, we'll be here. It's just haunted wood.
It's just haunted wood.
Just haunted wood.
Or, no, it's a stone.
Stone? There's wood in it.
Oh, yeah, there's wood in it.
It's just a haunted house.
It's a haunted house.
Just a haunted house.